Hi go-getters, queens, and everyone in between. It's your girl Grace and welcome to my channel Gracefully. I am so excited because I am now 9 months locked since February the 1st and I cannot wait to show you all of my updates and changes. But before I do, I want you to go ahead, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you will be updated when I upload new content. With that said, I have a short fun clip I want you to check out and I'll be right back.
Yeah, that didn't work out. Yeah, that didn't work out. Yeah, that didn't work out. Yeah, that didn't work out.
If you have locks and you watch that short clip, I am pretty sure you can relate. I can't tell you how good it feels not to have to use a comb, a brush, a flat iron, and you saw how I threw that whole wig away. Funny story, I actually had another country gig last week and I ended up doing the whole wig thing with the country hat on top. And let me tell you, my scalp has been hurting off and on for a couple of days. I'm like, see, and that's why I just like to rock my natural hair, rock these locks. I usually like to show you all my hair when it is freshly done, but I have not washed my hair in a few weeks. With that said, my wash routine now is I wash my hair about once or twice a month. Now, I know for some of you viewing, that may not work for you. Some of you may do once a month, but I know some of you may do it a couple of times a week or maybe once a week. And honestly, what works for you works for you. The reason one time or 2 times a month works for me is because I don't really get a lot of dandruff or itchy scalp. Things have been pretty good in that area. But one thing I can say about washing that I am so excited about, when I used to have my big curly fro, when I had my wash days, I had hair in the sink. If I washed in the sink, if I washed in the shower, I would have hair all clogged up. So it's so nice to not worry about that. And I'm sure you out there, if you deal with shedding, you understand that with locks, you don't really get much of that at all. For maintenance, I'm still pretty much using rose water and oil, but I have actually changed the rose water that I use because I found one that I like even more than the Heritage brand. And this brand is called Cortez, and it is a Lebanese rose water. It is amazing. Let me tell you. So I was giving my husband a hug the other day and I was like, you smell like roses. He was like, oh yeah, I use your rose water. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's why my products are gone. But this is really good. I got this on Amazon and I'll make sure to put the link in the description. Also, my oil is out. And I'm not going to say that I recommend just using olive oil, but for the past couple of days, I have been using this olive oil right here, the 365 Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil, cold pressed, cold processed. And it's been doing good. It's been doing the job until my new oil comes in the mail. So with that said, with the rose water, being that it does not have a spray bottle attached like the Heritage water did, rose water did, I use this right here and I just put the rose water in and then I spray all over, and then I will put the oil to seal. So always spray the rose water first and then you seal it with the oil. All right, now let's go ahead and take a closer look at my hair. I'm going to show you what it looks like. As you can see, my hair has a lot of budding going on, as well as a lot of different textures. Because as you know, I started out with my hair being curly. I'm going to turn around as well, so that way you can see what's going on. As you see, I still have my parts. My parts are actually doing very, very well. And I think because I had been pulling them apart so often in the beginning, I haven't really had to pull them apart as much. I noticed after this past retwist, it's like growing properly in its own section. So that's really cool. Also, you will notice that this time my hair has gotten so much thicker. And I'm really loving the fact that it is thick now. And with that said, I know there are various stages of locks, and I feel like currently I may be in between the budding and teenage stage. And I would say that because my hair, like I said, is still budding all over. But also, it's at the point where now, if I'm washing it or getting in the water, I really have absolutely no fear at all of it unraveling. And I'm definitely happy about that. It's a lot more firmer. But it's not hard, if that makes sense. So it's firm, it's sturdy, but it is not hard. As you see, my ends, most of it, I would say about 80%, 85% of my ends are definitely sealed. But in the front, I still have a lot that are still curling at the ends. And like I said, as you see, it is time for me to wash my hair, and I will wash it in a couple of days or so. But I wanted you to see my hair when it's not perfect, so you can get a feel of what your hair may look like in between washing or in between getting your hair done by a stylist or in between a retwist. So definitely this is what's happening right now. Now, in reference to frizz, I have my good days and I have my bad days. Sometimes it's more frizzy than others, but one thing I can definitely say is I make sure that I am continuing to wrap my hair at night. And if I'm not doing anything during the day, I will have my hair wrapped up as well. It is definitely helpful to do that. So if you have a silk or satin bonnet or a silk or satin scarf, put that thing on if you're not doing anything. Hey, why not? And sometimes even if you just want to go out with a scarf or a bonnet, go ahead and do that too, because there are lots of stylish scarves online that you can buy. So with that said, let me show you the back again. As you can see, I have some strands that are longer than others. And I have some locks that are favorites now. It's something, it's like your locks have a mind of their own. I don't know if you remember, but in some of my videos, I talked about where some of my ends were bending, and most of them have straightened out, and then there's some new bending going on. This is one of my long locks right here. But as you see, my hair is definitely lengthening as well as getting thicker and expanding. And honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure if my hair is even going to get more fuller or if it's at the point where it's going to start shrinking down. I don't know. And that's what makes this whole process so much fun, because you will never ever really figure it out. You learn as you go. And that's one thing that I am really enjoying about this process. Although it would be so nice to be 21 forever, I got some grays popping up in here. Y'all see them? So with that said, I'm thinking that the next time I go to Jeff, I am going to dye my hair. Now, I don't want to do anything too extreme because, as you know, I am an actress, and so I don't want to go blonde or red or anything like that. But I would like to try a jet black, and I think that might actually look good. So we will see. I talked to him briefly about it, and he mentioned possibly doing a semi-permanent as opposed to a permanent color, because of the fact I don't want my texture to completely change. Currently, like I said, I have a lot of different textures going on in my hair, and I feel like that's what makes my hair unique and what it is. Some people, they want their hair to be so uniform, and I feel like my hair is going to fall into that area of being uniformed once the budding stops and all of that. But I have my own texture, and everyone with locks has their own unique texture. And so that's why I said I think the semi-permanent route might be the way that we go, but we shall see. I'm a little nervous. Now, I have dyed my hair many colors before in the past before I had locks, but now that I'm going through this lock journey, it's like, do I want to dye it? Do I want to color it? Do I want to? And I really think I do want to. So We shall see. Since getting locks, the LOC community has been so welcoming and so complimentary. But let me tell you, lately I've been receiving so many compliments from people who don't have locks, as well as people from different cultures and races. And that has been wonderful to see, especially now that it looks like people are becoming more open to locks and they're seeing it in more of a positive light. And there are still some issues that have happened. One with the kid who was in the private school, who they said he had to cut his hair in order for him to graduate, which I feel like is total and utter foolishness. However, I am seeing strides in the right direction, and so I am very excited about that. With that said, a question that a lot of people have asked me is, Grace, are you going to stick with this? And yes, I plan to stick with this for the long haul. I am enjoying the journey. Like I said, I am 9 months in. 9 months you can have a baby. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like right now, my locks, these are my little babies. So I am extremely, extremely happy with this process. With that said, I want to thank you so much for following me on my journey. I will continue to upload videos, so go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Like I said, ring that notification bell. And always remember, there is no such thing as a box. Let's go get it.